Hey guys, welcome to my channel and happy holidays from Home with Kim. In today's video, I'm just going to quickly decorate my front porch and show you guys what I did. And I also put some candle lights in the windows. Okay, stay tuned. Happy December. Okay guys, so here I am. This is my front porch before I did anything to it. And those are my two doggies, Jasmine and Chico, watching me from inside. You know, they're just making sure that I'm safe out there. So, okay, like I said, I have some things I gotta take off the porch, clear off. And then I wrapped some red ribbon around that front post. I forgot to hit record when I was doing it. And then I was going to wrap it over there on the rest of the banister, but as you see, I didn't have enough. Yep, I wasn't sure if I could do anything with what I had left. But it wasn't going to work out. It was just a small piece, so I threw that away. Well, actually, you'll see I used it for something else. Okay. Okay, I bought these lights at Big Lots. They are red and white, which I thought would look pretty. I wanted it to look kind of like a candy cane, like peppermint. A little disappointed because the white lights on the string were not warm white, which is what I like so much better. You'll see towards the end of the video, I'll show you what it looks like at night lit up. I mean, it looks pretty. It's just not warm white, which I prefer, but since I bought them, I'm going to use them. So I'm just putting the stool down so I can get up and start at top. Okay. So what I use on the posts, I've had them there for a while, are command hooks that I hook on the lights. The top of the ribbon I have on there, and it holds everything in place so the ribbon or the lights don't slide down the post. I've had those command hooks on there for years and they haven't budged. Even being outside in the elements, I think they're great. And they're clear, so you can't see them when they're not being used. Okay, so I got them down the first post. I'm hooking them into the command hook on the bottom so they stay in place. And then I'm going to wrap them around the length of the banister. And you can see the big wreath. That's an artificial wreath that I have on my front window with a red bow. And I actually have a few more smaller wreaths with red bows that I have on the rest of my windows, along with artificial candles that I have in the windows. It looks so pretty in the evening, at night, when it's dark. I'll show you a clip of that at the end of the video. Okay, and I'm just going to plug these in at the end over here towards the house. I have an extension cord that just stays there for any lights, for any season that I put onto the porch. Okay, I have these flocked artificial trees, two of them that I put on either side of the steps. I do this every year. I've had them for years, so I'm just fluffing them out. I've had these bows on them with the little red truck, so I'm just going to leave them there. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to keep them in place. They're not too heavy. See, on either side of the step. I'm going to get rid of those planters. And I'm going to tie down these trees, these small trees, because they tend to You see they're wobbly, they're not heavy, and the wind often blows them over. So I'm getting some string and I'm going to string them or tie them to the porch. I wish I had some more red ribbon left. I would have preferred red bows on them, but I didn't, and I didn't want to go back out to the store and buy anything else, so I left those ribbons or bows that I had on them from prior years with the little red trucks. Cute, so I kept it. You see, it's so windy this day. This was over the long Thanksgiving weekend. I took a couple of days off from work so I could get the house all decorated, or as my husband calls, bedazzled, before the holidays. Started out outside with this, and then in future videos you'll see what I do on the inside. Christmas is my absolute favorite. Love, love, love decorating as early as I can. Well, right after Thanksgiving. I don't do earlier than that, but I do like the entire month of December to enjoy all the decorations and the lights and all of that. Hard to believe when I was younger, we used to decorate probably 2 weeks before Christmas. And it just, to me, isn't enough time to enjoy all of the pretty decorations and pretty lights and such. It was so cold this day too. Oh, you hear the doggies in the background barking. As you saw in the beginning, they're at my screen door, glass screen door, watching. Alright, a little fluffing. Got it tied up. See, I wish they were heavier, or that they fit inside of my planters. I did try that, but they don't. So they have to stand on their own. And here I'm trying to figure out, they are pre-lit trees. They're strung with lights. And I'm trying to figure out another extension cord and plugging them in so they light up. But I have to, the one on the other side, the cord has to go across the steps, which I wound up I didn't want to do, so I wound up going back to Big Lots and bought some battery operated, those little fairy lights. I think it was the next day or maybe later this evening, and I used those for these trees. This way they're battery operated, no cords, but again it said warm white on it, and when I brought them home and put them on, they were like that bright, almost blue, I can say. Looks pretty, but again I definitely prefer the warm white. Okay. So in this little corner, I have this little blue table. It has a Santa on the top. So I'm going to put it in the corner and put that lantern on it. And I put, if you see, some colored fairy lights that are battery operated in a timer in the lantern. And my sleigh or sled. I bought this at a garage sale. Along with the ice skates, and I just love it. I've been using it for years. I love it as decor on my porch for the holiday season. Okay, so here's that leftover red ribbon. So I'm gonna make a little bow and put it on the sled to make it pop. You see I have some like that mesh red ribbon on it. It's been on there for years on the sled. So I'm going to add this brighter red bow with the felt red ribbon. I love the felt red ribbon, so Christmassy to me, and it just pops. So just made a quick little bow and I'm gonna stick it on the sled, you'll see. There's my Jazzy in the background and Chico watching me very intently. And the Shreed, of course. You can see my mailbox I need to paint come this spring. I want to redo it. I want to paint it black. And then, of course, all the dogs' leashes and harnesses are hanging off of the mailbox. I just keep them there. It's easier than bringing them inside. And they're always there for when we want to take them for a walk. So I'm just attaching the bow, and it looks so pretty. Of course, I'm going to cut the bottoms so they match and look nice. The wreath on my door, to be honest, I don't remember where I got it. It's artificial. I've had it for a while now, for some years. And it still looks good, so I'm still using it. I don't want to waste money on a new one. And it has the felt red ribbon on it, so it stands out, and I like it. Okay, so this, what I'm doing here, I had some old fairy lights strung on here that of course are old and don't work, so I cut them off, and I'm gonna restring it with some new fairy lights, and they were warm white, which I like. Okay, there's my little Santa table and my lantern with the battery operated fairy lights inside. They're on a timer. I have them on now, but you know, this evening I set them on a timer so they go on for 6 hours each night. It looks really pretty in the evening when the lights are on. Again, I'll show you this later. I'll show you that later in the video. Adjusting the greenery that I had on this sled and cutting more of the fairy lights off. I couldn't get them off, they were really entwined in the sled. So I just used the scissor to get rid of them. I think it looks good. And that was a little Merry Christmas sign that I hung off of the mailbox that was in my hand. But I love my little corner with my sled. Okay, so here it is at night with all of the lights lit up. And of course the dogs in the background. It looks really pretty. You see my welcome to the porch sign there hanging on the wall. I put that back up. Originally I hung up a Merry Christmas metal sign, but I didn't like the way it looked. So I put that black welcome to my porch sign back. See the warm fairy lights that I put around that sled. And then the rainbow ones or colored ones in the lantern. Looks very pretty together. And there's my banister lights. As you see, it's not the warm white, but still looks pretty. And my tree in the background, not decorated, but we did put it up. You can see that through the window. Okay, here it is. The two little trees that I put on the step, I didn't show you because I didn't have the lights yet for them. But they're there, just not lit up. guys. This is to kick off my decorating for Christmas 2021. I hope you enjoyed. Happy December. May you all have a safe, happy holiday season. And my babies. But here's the candles in the windows. Love the way it looks. Merry Christmas, everyone.